This is a shotgun. And today, I want to talk about shotguns and video games, because shotguns and games are fire, and I want to talk about them. So let's talk about shotguns as a whole, with the first shotgun being made in the 16th century and it being the fowling piece, which was made for hunting birds, hence its name. And this gun was muzzle loaded with black powder, so it was a pain to use. But then, in the 17th century, we got the blunderbuss, used by pirates and would absolutely destroy anything in front of it without you needing to aim. You could fire anything that can fit in the barrel, like nails, rocks, broken glass, and even a potato. Imagine dying to mashed potatoes. So then fast forward, we got two other guns, but then in 1897, we get the Winchester model, made by John Moses Browning, who is responsible for making all these guns, including the Colt 1911, and also made this, which is easily the most iconic shotgun and what pioneered shotguns to what they are now. It being used in war and movies and just overall looking super clean and sleek. Fast forward, we get the first semi-auto shotgun, the Remington 870. It's selling 12 million plus units since 1950 and it being the most produced shotgun ever. Then in 1960, we get the first tactical shotgun. Then the second most produced shotgun in 1961 with the modular design of the Mossberg 500. Then in 1972, we get the AA-12, the first automatic shotgun. Then the Franchi Spas 12 in 1979. Then the Usis 12 in 1989, which yes, this is a shotgun and it's the fastest shooting shotgun ever, with 360 rounds per minute. More crazy shotguns like the Saiga 12 in 1996, and the Keltec KSG in 2011, the Beretta 1301 in 2014, the IWI Taver TS12 in 2018, and the first smart shotgun being the Kalashnikov MP155 Ultima in 2020. But shotguns are one of those things that can get crazier and crazier with their power and their look. So now that we looked at the history of shotguns, let's talk about when they made their first appearance in video games. Starting all the way back in 1973 when the first FPS game was made, called Maze War, made by a NASA employee. The game was very simple, but it laid out the basics for what an FPS game would become, because later, Atari would make a game called Battlezone, which featured shooting, but it was tanks. But in 1992, we got our first FPS game, with it being Wolfenstein 3D. And even though this is a first-person shooter, there's no shotguns! This game has every other gun besides shotguns, like a rocket launcher and a flamethrower. But it's fine, since 2 years later, we would get an iconic game for FPS games as a whole, and also shotguns in the same game, that being Doom. And yes, this game is iconic, but the shotgun itself wouldn't get iconic for this game's franchise until Doom 2, which featured its own shotgun named the Super Shotgun, which takes inspiration from a sawed-off double-barrel shotgun, but this isn't any normal shotgun. It might just be the most badass shotgun in video games, with it being passed down throughout the games and it kind of being the gun. It being featured in other games, and in COD being a beast, and it low-key being pay to win with how overpowered it is. And just the gun itself is so clean. They really nailed its look and feel with the reload animation and just the power it gives off. And so from there, games that use shotguns progressed and learned and grew with the tech, like what Valve did making Half-Life. This game did so much for gaming, but one thing that's still talked about to this day is the gunplay, and the gunplay with the shotgun is no exception. It feels smooth and just works. And from there, Valve made Half-Life 2, which expanded on its shotgun even more, and other games developed by Valve that shined a perfect light on shotguns. And then things only evolved more and more, with Halo and Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare being big-time online shooters and pushing the shotgun into more hands of players. With Battlefield, BioShock, Borderlands, 20 different COD games, like this game started as a cool gritty shooter, and now you have Snoop Dogg and Nicki Minaj in it. Like, y'all ain't Fortnite. Speaking of, we got games like Apex and Fortnite, which Fortnite especially would really have fun with the shotgun and make a lot of wacky variants. And obviously there are way more games featuring shotguns. So we've now covered shotguns in real life and in video games. So now let's combine the two and talk about what makes shotguns such a special gun to use in games. The first and most simple thing is the look. Shotguns can be molded into a lot of different things and still just work. Like games that use real shotguns like the Riot Gun from Resident Evil 4 Remake, or games that make up their own shotgun to fit the worlds like in Ultra Kill. You can really have a lot of fun when making a unique shotgun in a game, or when you have just a basic one, it's still just as good. Take a game like Left 4 Dead 2. There are around 20 firearms in this game, and 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have a shotgun in one of your slots, because the skill gap of the shotgun is so low, especially in a zombie shooting game. Because the way way shotguns disperse and cover more of a target, they're perfect for games like this, which is why it's usually the staple gun. Why pick anything else when shotguns, all you do is aim at said target, click, and boom, it's dead in one shot. Shotgun's biggest reason they're so cool is the power they possess. If you screw up a shotgun's sound design and feel and the kickback, the gun loses all of its cool factor. It needs to feel like an unstable gun. It needs to feel like when you shoot it, you'll go flying back. Like in Doom 2016, this is probably the best example. And even in Buckshot, the power is there and you feel it. Probably one of the best games with fun and unique shotguns is Team Fortress 2. There are 9 classes in this game, and 5 of them can use shotguns. And this being a Valve game, the shotguns feel and work so well. And there's over 14 unique shotguns, with Scout having, besides the 2 default shotguns, 5 different wacky and weird shotguns, along with a shotgun pistol, with Engineer having other interesting looking shotguns, along with the Soldier shotgun, which is probably the go-to favorite. Now, I main demo on this game because I like to piss people off, but I also run Scout, and Scout has a shotgun pistol, the shortstop. The best of both worlds. But he also has a shotgun with soda cans strapped to it. Whatever works, man. And other shotguns for you to customize how to play this game. Valve really knows how to mold a shotgun, with games like Half-Life or Left 4 Dead and its shotguns feeling so powerful and blasting enemies away. Or CSGO with that, obviously being like the gun game, and the shotguns feeling super refined and being the best option, obviously, for close combat in tight maps. But those are all normal shotguns. What about molding a shotgun into something of its own? Like super small shotguns, huge shotguns, blocky shotguns, dual-wield shotguns, shotguns that shoot plasma, a shotgun that's made out of corn and shoots corn seeds. Man, what the fuck? And that's the perk of shotguns, because whatever it's molded to, it always feels just as familiar as the last, and it'll get the job done. One thing about a shotgun is the fact that if you pick one up, you feel safe. You know it's going to keep you safe. You know how to use it since the room for error is really small because it's a shotgun. It's powerful, hard to miss, and will do a lot of damage. Only trade-off is you got to be careful with ammo and reloading, which reloading usually takes long. And shotguns don't hold much ammo, sometimes only holding 2 shots. But that's why they're in a lot of games. They're easy to understand, and you put them in anyone's hands and they'll have fun with it and feel safe, which is why shotguns find their way into games like Lethal Company. Yes, finally, another excuse to talk about this game. Now, if you don't know what Lethal Company is, then, oh well, I'm not telling you, all right, get with the program or something. But in this game, there's a double barrel shotgun, which is obtained by killing a nutcracker. So it's a high risk, high reward item. Since you get 2 shots, you can pretty much one-shot any of the fatal enemies in this game. And even Repo has a shotgun. Terraria has a shotgun. Spelunky 2 has one. And they're all so fun to use. And in Spelunky, it's, you're gonna lose friends over this thing. Because unlike a pistol or say an AR, a shotgun is right in the middle. It serves all purposes, and if it doesn't, then tweak it so it does serve that purpose. It is the gun of all guns. Everyone thinks they're badass, everyone knows they deal tons of damage, and everyone wants to use one. I mean, there are games based around the shotgun, such as Buckshot Roulette. This game is a Russian roulette type game, but it has its own artistic spin on it with you using a shotgun. And this really helps the tension since shotguns are so intimidating. I love pistols, but I think in this scenario, a shotgun is way cooler. Like imagine this, if you get a pistol pointing at you in real life, yes, it's scary, but you can see ways around it to not get shot. If a shotgun is pointing at you, you feel way more helpless. And yes, you could grab the barrel and still dodge it, but it's 100 times scarier since a shotgun barrel is way more intense and a blow from a shotgun is way more severe and serious. Obviously, they're both guns and they're both deadly, but I hope you see the point I'm making on how shotguns are just so much more intimidating. And that's why Buckshot's gameplay uses a shotgun to make it more intense and helpless feeling. And there's another indie game called Shotgun Farmers. This game is super unique in that you grow your own guns and missed shots become guns that you can pick up and use. Shotguns are just so ingrained in people's minds that it's a go-to thing to add to a game. And with the whole being on a farm, you have a shotgun stereotype, this game really has fun with its shotguns and breathes new life in them in a fun and unique, silly way. And one thing I've talked about already about shotguns is their power and how they feel, and probably most satisfying of them all, the cocking of a shotgun. I mean, if you had a toy shotgun, you would spam this motion. It feels so badass. And games that give you that feeling without you having to go out and shoot a real gun are VR games, like the shotgun in Half-Life Alyx. It doesn't look like a traditional shotgun, but it holds 7 shells and is made so it can be held with one hand for smooth and easy combat, and so you can also use the force hand while using the gun to collect ammo and such. The blow this thing delivers is so satisfying and makes you feel unstoppable pressing this thing up to an enemy's head. There's also Pavlov, which is basically CSGO in VR, and it has a range of traditional shotguns that are super fun and smooth to use. There's also the Resident Evil 4 shotgun, and Bone Lab, which the shotguns on there are endless since since Bone Lab is basically just Gmod VR. And VR shooters are probably some of the best VR games since it's not easy or doable for most people to just go out and shoot a gun, especially a shotgun. You need land, a license, a gun in the first place, you gotta buy ammo, and then you shoot some lame target. But in VR, there's zero consequences, so grab a big sick ass looking shotgun and shoot it as much as you want. And being able to pick and have fun options for guns is something VR gives you, and just FPS games in general, especially battle royale type games. Take a game like COD, Apex, Fortnite, and other shooter games you can think of. There's always an option to pick and build your own loadout. And what's a gun that will always be in your inventory in games like that? The shotgun. Nothing can beat a good old shotgun when it comes to damage and being able to quick and efficiently kill enemy players. And shotguns can do more than that, and can also be a really bad option to pick sometimes. Let's take a game like Fortnite. Yes, I know it's cliche, but this game has loads of shotguns, and more keep getting added, and Fortnite likes to have fun with its shotguns. Also, I do have a Fortnite supporter creator code JOBO in all caps. Please use my code. It's free, and I get more money, so I can have more money. So yeah, please use it. Okay? Yes? No? What am I kidding? Okay, so first off in the line of shotguns, there's the classic pump, which no one is saying no to. It's clean, satisfying to hit shots with, and it's just a good familiar gun. Or the tactical shotgun, which has a more spread out shot. These two, depending on how you play, are great choices, and no one is gonna not take one of these. Shotguns are necessary in games like this. Okay, now the more wacky shotguns, like the heavy or double barrel. These are trash. I don't know how people like the heavy, and the double barrel is so pointless. It's just there. Like, there's a version that will shoot you up in the air, and that one's fire. Okay, that one gets a pass. And the combat shotgun, which on release, it was a sniper shotgun. Way smaller hit radius on it, but it replaced the pump, and I liked it. It was super busted, and if you could aim, it really was a sniper shotgun. And then the drum shotgun, which puts this in the hands of a literal monkey on a keyboard, and it will get a kill. This thing was so busted and annoying, and you just walked into someone's builds holding down shoot, and it destroyed them. And those are the basic chapter 1 shotguns. There is way more, but after that, I lose track and the stats and other stuff, and I really care about the main ones. There are some newer shotguns I like, but this is a shotguns and video games video, not a shotguns and Fortnite video. And there's way more games to offer shotguns like this, but I felt Fortnite was just the most simple and basic to cover. I mean, this game has a shotgun you have to hold down shoot to charge up, then release to fire. Like, we lost the plot, bro. And when Apex was good, I'd always run the EVA 8 auto or the Peacekeeper. And this game also has a shotgun pistol. And Halo shotguns were always amazing feeling, and the one in Reach just felt the best. I don't know what it was. Shooter games that have shotguns and molded to their own is always my favorite. Like, there's the base shotgun. It's great, yes, but a shotgun made for the game's world is special, especially if made super specific for the game's world, like Ultra Kill's shotgun. There's so much you can do with this shotgun. And the way it works is you get 3 versions of it. A blue one with an explosive shot you can alt fire, a green one which can pump for more powerful but less effective shots, and a red one which has a chainsaw strapped onto the side. The alt fire on the blue shotgun can be combined with your railgun to create giant nukes that can wipe out waves of weaker enemies. The green shotgun works well with using your grapple hook to bring enemies into you when you pumped 3 times for a powerful one tap. But where it really shines is when you overload it at 4 pumps. Here, the gun will let off a powerful explosion around you, killing everything in its area, but making you take major damage unless you're skilled enough to dash out in time. The red shotgun works well with clearing incoming hordes of weaker enemies, as they're melted by the chainsaw and turned into blood to fuel you, but can be combined really well with the magnets from your nail gun, allowing you to spin in circles, creating a loop of death around the magnet as the chainsaws spin around it. And that's not even the end of it. You can use these in even more combos with your weapons to find unique combinations that best suit your situation. Hell, you can even use the green shotgun for transportation using the explosion. The possibilities with just the shotguns are practically unlimited. And this is probably one of the best cases of a unique shotgun in a video game. And there's other games like Fear, with its shotgun being considered the best shotgun in an FPS game. It's an absolute beast and can hold up to 180 ammo, has super fast reload, and even has the slow-mo feature. This game came out in 2005, and this shotgun is still talked about to this day. And there's Killing Floor 1 and 2 shotguns, and once again, there's the Doom franchise with the Doom Eternal super shotgun. Like, look how badass this thing is, and how it feels to use is amazing. And even the newer Doom game, Doom the Dark Ages, the guns in this game are insane, and the shotguns are no exception. And there's something so charming about a shotgun, and how over the years, how trusted we have felt being given one in a video game. Knowing this thing will help us, and knowing this is a shotgun, I'm gonna have fun with this thing. And that's why I wanted to make this video, just to talk about how a gun can be trusted to use in a game, and to always know this thing will wipe out enemies or just feel sick to use. It's a shotgun, and shotguns in games are always reliable, unless they're done horribly wrong, and and defeat the purpose of a shotgun, but we'll just ignore those shotguns. So yeah, that's why I wanted to make this video, since next to pistols, shotguns are my second favorite gun to use in a game, and third are snipers, but I don't know if I'll make a video on them. Who knows? We'll see. So yeah, let me know what y'all thought and what are some games I missed, because I definitely did. This video could be 10 hours long, but I didn't want to drag it on. And also thank you to my community for submitting footage for some games I just didn't have, or I just wanted some different types of games to put in the background. I want to say thank you. You guys know who you are. So thank y'all for submitting y'all's footage in the server. It really means a lot. So yeah, share with me your favorite shotguns in games and other games that have insane or sick shotguns. I'd really like to know and see more shotguns in games and know y'all's opinions. So yeah, genuinely share it in the comments. I really want to know. And I don't usually say this at the end of a video, but if you got this far, I'm trying to hit 10K by the end of 2026. So if you want to help me hit that, it would really mean a lot. And if you enjoyed this video, you know what button to click. So with that, thank you all for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.